Greetings, YouTube. I recently had a conversation with someone dealing with police misconduct and how we investigate them, or how we allow the police to investigate police misconduct. And I don't believe in internal investigations. I don't think the police should be allowed to investigate their own suspected criminal activities. I look at it this way. If someone's accused of being a thief, we don't let them be in charge of the investigation of whether they in fact are a thief. Guess what? They're going to discover that they aren't a thief. What a shock! Well, that's one of the reasons that so much malfeasance happens within the police departments, because they're allowed to investigate their own accusations. And lo and behold, they're found to be lily white, man. Pure as driven snow. Except they aren't. There are times when police really do commit misconduct. And thankfully, in the age of ubiquitous phone cameras and such, it's becoming harder and harder for them to hide this fact. But we need to have external agencies to investigate these things. Now, I personally think there should be civilians involved in this process. But if you want to put it into the camp of, the DA, that's fine with me as well. As long as it's someone outside the police department doing the investigations. And the police are just going to be treated like any other suspected criminal. That's how we have to treat them. If someone accuses them of something, it's a crime. Just like if you get accused of something, or I get accused of something, we treat it as a criminal investigation. And that just because someone is a cop does not mean that their hands are washed of the crime and punishment system, the justice system. In addition, the police have a great deal more authority than your average citizen has. And with greater authority comes greater accountability and greater scrutiny. Now, I'm of the opinion that every single thing a cop does on duty, every moment, outside of the locker room and using the bathroom, should be recorded. Every word, every image should be recorded, so that there is never a moment when there's a question of what that cop is doing. In particular, I think we need firearm cams. Now, firearm cams are actual real-world things. I'm not talking about something that doesn't exist. It's a camera built into the firearm so that when you discharge, it takes a picture at the moment you discharge. So you are looking at the same thing the cop is looking at when that firearm is discharged. Obviously, it takes a picture before the round actually is discharged from the pistol, but you get the point. That would help clear up a whole lot of questions. Is the guy lying on the ground with handcuffs on? Or is he 40 feet away and got a pistol pointed at a cop? That would clear a whole lot of things up. Is the person in the truck that the cop's shooting at look nothing like the suspect that he's looking for? For example, when they were looking for a black guy shooting at two white women. That should not have been something the cops didn't figure out on their own. But we should not allow them to do it themselves. Internal investigations are something that we need to eliminate completely. Just as we should eliminate all internal investigations on college campuses. When college students are accused of a crime, you should be contacting the police, not some administrator at the school. No. That's not how this works. Just because you're a college student doesn't mean that you get special treatment. You should be treated the same way as every other civilian is. And the cops need to be treated the same way as anyone else accused of a crime. They should not be able to investigate themselves. Greater authority means greater accountability and greater scrutiny. We must hold them to a higher standard because they have so much power in our society. And anyone who says, well, no one wants to be a cop, I don't believe that. I believe there are people out there who will want to be a cop, even under the situation where they know they're being filmed every single moment of their day. And there's a great quote I read yesterday. It said, if you were a good cop, and you know someone else is a bad cop, and you don't do something about it, you were a bad cop. And that's harsh, and it's the truth. If you or I, a civilian, overlook something, that could be morally questionable. But if a cop overlooks something, that's deadly. That undermines the entire justice system. That tears at the very fabric of our society. We need to hold them to a higher standard. I know it's difficult. I know it's asking a lot. But I think it's worth the time and effort to achieve it. It would bring greater trust and integrity to the force. And in America today, we need that. Because there have been a whole lot of holes punched in the integrity of police in the United States of America. In a lot of places, the cops have ended up being not much more than uniformed street gangs. And that's a pity, and it's dangerous, and it's sad. I don't think there was ever a golden age. But the militarization of the police has definitely not helped. And we need to make sure that they are a civilian force to protect and serve the people. And not just shock troops for the powerful. That's not what they need to be. They need to be out there to make sure that they treat everyone equally. And everyone's rights are protected. Do I think being a cop is easy? No. And I know people who say, like, well, why didn't the cop shoot him in the leg? You have no idea how difficult it is to shoot someone in the leg when they're moving, and you think that they're armed and trying to kill you. You are trained to shoot for center mass, and I expect you to shoot for center mass. Oddly enough, it's the best chance you and they will survive the day. I have nothing but respect for cops that are good cops. They do something that I could never do. But I got no respect for bad cops. And I got no respect for a cop that doesn't want what they do seen by the public. I have no respect for a cop that hides behind the blue wall. So, we need external investigations and not internal investigations. And I think that this is key to making sure that the American populace continues to have confidence in our police forces. If we don't do something, it's just going to get worse. People are going to have less and less confidence. Less and less inclined to pick that phone up and dial 911 because they're going to wonder, am I going to make it better or worse? I mean, just recently there was a 90-pound kid shot by police because he was having a schizophrenic episode. Beyond his control. He had no control over that state of mind, that state of being at that moment. And he ends up dead because the cops didn't know how to handle it. And they went to lethal force when it wasn't necessary. So, I want to hear what people have to say. Do you think the police should be allowed to have internal investigations? Or do you think an external investigation force attached to either some civilian organization or the DA or something like that should be involved? I want to know. Because I think this is an issue that America really has to sort out.